Have you ever felt like you're constantly running, chasing approval, trying to meet expectations, and avoiding the quiet moments where you're left alone with your own thoughts? Do you ever wonder why, despite everything you've achieved, something still feels missing? Why does the praise of others feel good for a moment, but then vanish like smoke, leaving you searching for more? What if I told you that the answer isn't out there? It's not in your job, your relationships, or the number of likes on your latest post. It's within you. But here's the real question. When was the last time you truly spent time with yourself? Not running, not proving, not seeking, just being. You've spent so much time giving to the world. Now it's time to give something to yourself. Don't let this moment slip away. Subscribe now and make a commitment to your own growth, because you deserve it. Let's start together. Meet Adam, the guy who did everything right. A hard worker, a loyal friend, the one who always showed up, always said yes, always pushed himself harder. On the outside, he had it all together, but inside, he was exhausted, drained, lost. Late at night when the world was quiet, a question haunted him. Why do I feel so empty? He convinced himself that he just needed more success, more recognition, more achievements. So he worked harder. He filled his schedule with endless tasks. He surrounded himself with people, thinking that if he was always busy, he'd never have to face the truth. But the truth doesn't go away just because you ignore it. Then, one day, his body had enough. A burnout. A complete shutdown. The exhaustion he had been fighting finally won, and for the first time in years, he was forced to stop. Lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, Adam realized something painful. I have spent my entire life giving to everyone else, but I have never given anything to myself. It hit him like a lightning bolt. He had been so focused on proving his worth to the world that he had forgotten to ask himself, do I even love the person I see in the mirror? And that was the moment everything changed. Adam decided to do something radical. He made a choice that most people never dare to make. He chose himself, not in a selfish way, not in a way that shut others out, but in a way that finally welcomed himself in. At first, it felt strange, uncomfortable even. He started small, waking up and sitting in silence before checking his phone, taking a walk, not to burn calories, not to get somewhere, but just to enjoy being alive, looking in the mirror and saying, I am enough, just as I am. And for the first time in his life, he started to believe it. He set boundaries, said no to things that drained him, prioritized his peace, and something incredible happened. He felt free. People noticed. His energy changed. His presence became magnetic. He wasn't chasing approval anymore because he no longer needed it. He no longer feared being alone because he had built the most important relationship of his life, the one with himself. And suddenly, everything else started to align. Opportunities came to him effortlessly. His relationships became stronger, more authentic, not because he was trying harder, but because he was finally whole. One evening, Adam sat watching the sunset. No distractions, no need to impress anyone. And for the first time, he smiled, not because someone praised him, not because he achieved something extraordinary, but because he was happy, genuinely, deeply, unshakably happy, not because of what he had, but because of who he had finally become. And in that moment, he understood something that most people spend their whole lives searching for. When you love yourself, everything else falls into place. So, let me ask you, how much longer will you keep searching outside for something that has always been within you? How much longer will you ignore the person who has been with you through it all, yourself? Because here's the truth. The most important relationship you'll ever have isn't with your boss, your friends, or even your partner, it's the one you have with you. And the best part? You can start building it right now. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now so, are you ready? Are you ready to finally meet the person who's been waiting for you all along? Because once you do, everything will change.